Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. It has been an absolutely crazy week, and it's Friday right now, and today was like the only day that I really got to work in the shop this week. Had the guys in here working, and me and Rowdy were out and about on a few job sites throughout the week. And so today's video, I'm going to show you what I worked on today, this small kitchen project, and I'm also going to show you around, show you the other projects that we have going, and we'll talk about the dust collection a little bit. Here we go. All right, we are going to get into it. This was my Friday. Make sure you guys stay tuned till the end of the video so that you can hear me talk about the dust collection system, walk around the shop, and show you all the other projects that we have going on right now. It has been an absolutely crazy week. Not even week. Let's just say start to the year, or half of the year. We're already halfway through the year, which is insane. Feels like it was just Christmas. Anyways, I'm working on a large face frame for a lower cabinet. This is for a little kitchen going out to Black Butte Ranch into a cool little cabin. It's all rift white oak, and it's a little over 10 feet, the face frame. And it's a lower run of cabinets. We do have some uppers in there. We are pushing to get the lower cabinet done so we can install it sometime next week, and they can template for countertops. All that being said, we have a ton of other work going as well. The guys are working on the beaded inset project and getting things distressed and looking cool. Alex is putting finished ends on face frames and stuff like that. Rowdy is doing a bunch of odds and ends. And this, I think, is the first time that I've had 4 people working in the shop at the same time. And it has its challenges. Let's just say that. It's awesome, but you've got to be... I've got to just plan out what I'm going to have everybody do for the day so that we're not all on top of each other, because we only have so many machines, so many benches, so many table saws, so we can't all be on the same tools or benches or whatever at the same time. And there's Noah, that's Alex's son. He is a high school kid, and he is going to be helping us out throughout the summer. Not full time. He'll be here, or he'll be in the shop in and out here and there. He did work a full week this week, and it was really nice to have him. Awesome having an extra set of hands around. So yeah. So me and Rowdy started the week, and we were out on one job site, the Rift White Oak project that we had worked on with integrated pulls and stuff. We were just tying up some loose ends there. And then Thursday we were on another job. Wednesday what did we even do Wednesday? Wednesday we were still at the Rift White Oak job, and then I had the afternoon in the shop. And then Friday, this was my only full day in the shop this week. And it was nice to just be in here, because some days just being out and about is not really that fun. I'd much rather be in here doing my thing. And I swear I'm just putting pocket holes in back there. It definitely looked a little weird. That looks a little weird too. We're putting the saw on a bevel and gonna miter this style so that later we can glue on our finished end, and we'll miter that right to it. And after I do this, I can start putting the frame together. And so this face frame, the boxes are already built. Alex already put the boxes together, and it's a huge run of cabinets. Well, it's over 10 feet, and so I'm not going to glue the frame to the boxes. We will install the boxes, and then we can scribe the face frame to the floor, really just cut the stiles. And then we can snap the face frame on with the lamello. But I try to make for inset stuff, I try to make the less amount of field joints, and I think that rather than taking each cabinet and giving it its own individual face frame, I think it looks a lot nicer when you can build one frame. It's not always possible. In this case it was, and we're going to install it, like I said, where we'll just put the boxes and then we'll snap the frame on in the field. So that face frame, you can see it there, is massive. So it's got a dishwasher drawer, sink cabinet, a couple other cabinets, drawer below the dishwasher drawer, has a blind corner cabinet. So it's going to be pretty cool. So we got that frame done before lunch, and then I could move on to making the doors for this. And basically just going through the same steps that I just did to mill up all my face frame parts. I did need to reset up the shaper because I had some different cutters in there. So I had to get my shaker set back in there for running the profile. And then we could run everything through the planer. My camera died when I was chopping all these parts up, but I basically just cut them to rough length and then flattened and edge jointed everything, and now they go through the planer. And then we'll cut all the rails down to size. I do make all my cabinet doors oversized. I know probably a lot of you guys know that just from watching other videos. If you haven't, I do have some specific videos from last year where I show very detailed process of how I make my cabinet doors. So you can go check that out. Then we could cope everything. And that was really as far as I got for the day. While I was doing this, Rowdy was cutting down the panels for all the doors. And that was it. That's what we got done today. All right, the question a lot of you guys have been asking about is the dust collection. What did I use for piping and all that? I was going to order stuff online from an actual piping for dust collection, and it's literally the same stuff. This spiral HVAC piping, I believe it's 20 gauge. This stuff is for commercial use, but I picked it up from a local HVAC supply house, and I just got it from there because I could just go and pick it right up. And it worked out really great. I got the fittings and everything from them. And so we're running an 8-inch main line coming out of the machine. And then we break off down to the machines to 6-inch lines. And then from there, a lot of the machines drop down to 4-inch to make the connection to the actual machine. But it is amazing. So it is really powerful. It's really strong. It's working really good. And it works way better than the system we had before. And the actual dust collector is awesome. Emptying the can is super easy. It just pops right off. The light goes on and lets you know when it's full. So yeah, I am really liking this dust collector. It's definitely really nice. And so again, this is the Laguna Flux 5 dust collector. It is 5 horsepower and it's pretty powerful. It lets you know when the can is full, like I mentioned. It has this thing. In the first couple of times, it kind of scared me because you turn the machine off and then you hear this brrr, brrr, and it spins for 10 seconds. And what it's doing, there's another motor on top of the filter, and it is knocking all that fine dust out off the filter and dropping it down into here, which this actually needs to be emptied. But yeah, so that's a pretty cool feature. And when it's running for a long time, it's doing that as well while it's running, but it always does it at the end. I'm very happy with the Laguna stuff with this and the slider. They're working out really good. Got the guys trained up on the slider. They are really enjoying using it. And it's just making workflow really nice and breaking down sheet goods fast. And it's definitely sped up productivity in here for sure. Okay, so one of the things that with the new shop layout and stuff, after working in here for a couple weeks, that I've decided we are going to change, and it's probably gonna happen next week, is we are gonna take this saw and turn it 90 degrees. Because we have the joiner and planer here, which I really like in this configuration because I have way more room behind them rather than having those go this way like I used to have them. And I didn't think it'd be that annoying to have the slider in the way because it was always like either I'm on there or I'm on here. Now with multiple guys working in the shop, somebody's kind of always on the slider, and when I need the joiner or the planer, it kind of gets annoying going back and forth. So, and I've kind of played it out and laid things out and measured, and it will work, and it'll be pretty easy to move this. We're actually going to take this saw and turn it and face it that way. So everything will be sliding this way. We'll have plenty of room here, and then there will be no interference when using these machines together. So we're probably gonna do that next week. And then the regular cabinet saw, which is on the other side of the slider, that's got to find a new home somewhere else. So we might, when we turn this saw, we might just stick it right in here. So that goes this way as well. But is kind of annoying having it on an angle over there too, because like I said, this week we had 4 guys in here. Well, most of the week I wasn't even in here, but today we had 4 guys in here, and we got 2 guys on benches, 2 guys on saws, and things just get in each other's way. So we need a little bit better for workflow. So we're gonna move some of this stuff around. All right, so this is just some of the cabinets for the current project that we're working on. We've got the face frames over here. We've got a couple more cabinets still in the other room. But this project, it's all beaded, inset. We made all the face frames. You guys saw the video last week. If you haven't, go back and check it out. We got all the doors. The doors came in this week, and I gotta say, I'm very happy with them. So I'll show you those in a second. But this job is also getting distressed. So today I had Noah. So I had him distressing stuff today. That's what this bucket is, some big beefy chains that he was kind of beating up these cabinet doors and face frames with. So I'll show you those. But yeah, this is, Alex got all this stuff this week. He pre-biscuited all the slots for lamellos and all the face frames and cabinet boxes so we can finish everything and then just snap them on with some glue when we are done. All right, so here's all the doors and drawer fronts. I think this is all of them. There's a couple in there. But yeah, we had 74 or 76 total doors and drawer fronts. And I gotta say, they are freaking really nice and they look great. So these came in, we are distressing them. I'll bring you guys in closer so you can see the amount of distressing that we're doing. But we're matching existing cabinetry in the house. So that's what this whole project is. And we have some paint grade, some stain grade, and we're going to be getting into finishing these next week. And I think they're gonna look really cool. It's definitely weird taking chains and a hammer and stuff and beating up your nice cabinet doors and face frames, but that's what the job calls for. So that's what we gotta do. All right, and then back into our overflow room, spraying room, whatever you want to call it, extra space for us to put all this stuff. We've got, Alex is working on this cabinet here. This is kind of funky. It's upside down. This sits on the countertop, and there's some doors. There's a microwave here, and this is going to be like a timbre door cabinet. And then we just got some random drawers, some other cabinets and stuff like that. And then the face frame that I made today. All right, guys, so that's it for this week's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Just kind of a little shop walkthrough, dust collection update, and what I was working on today. Next week, I will be in here. Not gonna have Alex's son next week, but it'll be me, Alex, and Rowdy. And I'm even gonna put my boys to work this summer. They are gonna start working a couple days a week. These kids need to learn how to work. So we're gonna put them to work. And yeah, we're gonna keep the content coming. We have a ton of projects. All those pieces of plywood that are leaned up over next to the dust collector, those are rips for the next kitchen that we already started breaking into. So we've got to get this project very close to wrapped up by the end of next week. Then we're into that one. I've got to get the oak face frame. That kitchen has got, or that lower cabinet's got to get installed next week. Busy, 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 busy. But it is really nice having Alex and knowing that things are getting done in the shop while me and Rowdy have been out in the field all week. And same thing when I'm out by myself running around or have meetings and Rowdy and Alex are in here getting stuff done. It is freaking awesome. Could not do all this stuff without them. And then ordering the doors. I'm going to be ordering doors more, especially with the amount of work we have coming. There's just no way I can do it all. So I'm gonna utilize that and yeah, getting after it. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you next week. Peace.